And in the old biblical way, they sent two of the brethren, called on him, and he repented of his act and was willing to apologize and everything like that. And they took him back in, but his wife saw him coming and locked the front door and went out the back door and left, and they returned her out.
Oh, they was rougher kind on men than they were. Well, I wish you'd look at here. Morning E. Pearson.
That's her man Bob's sister. That's Frank Carr. That's Anna Kate's grandparents.
Well, no wonder she got the picture.
Now this is Willie Mae Carr and his wife. There's a little child there over there. Shouldn't get folks to start the money law. His name was Francis.
So this is the cars right here. This the very old cars.
Willie Mae, 1957, cutting that, slaves making that cut down there.
Yeah.
And died August the 13th, and they all died of dysentery.
Is that right?
Well, you see, they were in camp, and the flies were going from the latrine to the table, latrine to the table, and they all took dysentery and died.
Well, do you know, I was reading that the dysentery was the greatest enemy in the Spanish-American War.
Now, here's one for you. Mary, wife of Henry Carr. This is W.A.'s mother, born 1784, died in 1851.
And that's William A.'s mother?
Yeah. George Washington in the United States.
Yeah. God.
Now, old
That's
man
about
Henry,
the oldest thing here.
Old man Henry was buried down in Raymond. But it looked like all the records and everything looked like he just pulled loose at home and left went down there. Took a nigger woman and her children with him. And he died down there, he was buried down there, and in his will he wanted this woman and certainly these children freed. Well, they figured they were his children.
Oh, yeah. And one of his sons went down there and got them, didn't he?
I don't know about that, but
Lorraine swears it.
he willed them to his wife back up here, I think. That's Carr.
Who was Turkey Bill Carr?
Well, he was this lady's brother. And this is his name was William what, I don't know. But he was just such a turkey shooter, he just didn't miss. And they nicknamed him
Turkey
Turkey
Bill.
Bill.
He was in the company F,
Now,
too.
let's look right up here.
A bunch of...
That's it. Vaughn. Oh, there's Ben Barrett's baby brother, whatever it is, sister. And Russell D. Barrett, that's her child.
Yeah, this baby died. That's Ben and Sadie's child.
Yeah, now let's look around this neighborhood.
Oh, no, there's a Spanish-American boy. Jim's
I didn't Brinkley Robinson, that's Miss Belle Lyons' brother. Here are her parents.
Belle Line.
Yeah.
I've never heard of her.
Memory of J.D. and Sally. This was Gene Rogers' mother's sister.
Mm-hmm.
And they died, and one died 58 years, and the other one died was
43.
67, 13 and 7 and 8, 13, 57, 57, and this one was 58. They died fairly young. Now, yonder is Daniel Clinton, son of T.J. and M.P. That's Dr. Rogers and whatever name was Pullen. Everybody called him Patty.
She was a Pullen?
Yeah, not these Pullens that are here now.
Yeah.
Born
Yeah, I find some Pullens in the cemetery book that are not related to these.
No, they're
Much
not.
older.
Now, those Pullens that you saw about down yonder, kin to the Vaughns. Old Miss Pullen's still living. She's 97 years old.
Yeah, she was a Vaughn, but Hall's folks came from Vaden.
Yeah. Margaret H., daughter of T.J. and M.P. Rogers. That's another Rogers child. See, they hadn't added that yonder. The road went through there where that circle is, and then the Clayton military street, the city bought that and sold it off, and the Rogers bought a lot up there, and they all buried up there. But so many of them did, they just walked off and left good space to get up.
Well, now, what date do you reckon that happened up in there?
In the 80s, but I can't name the date.
Yeah, in the 80s. You can tell by the marker.
Martha K. and Edward, sons of who? Goodwin?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody Goodwin. I don't know who those Goodwins were either. 1897, that one died in 1871.
That's the father there. You know, the Woodman of the World or something up there.
Yeah,
Odd fellow.
Woodman. That's Ed King's first wife.
Sure is. That's where Elgin Walker got her name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who was Elgin Walker's daddy?
J.D. His brother. His daddy was named Jim Thomas. Now, I don't know where they got those things.
There's bound to be some little baby markers, and they're not on that lot, because we've seen everything on that lot.
You reckon see they get, these thin tombstones get old, they get brittle.
That's what
and
I
these moors and things knock them down.
I thought I'd call Edith and ask her. It's not any of these, I know. See, they died in 73 and 74, so they wouldn't be over yonder. They'd be in here. I'm going to go look at... I've looked at those little things yonder, I know. Shipp way off down here.
Shipp.
Ashley Cole?
Yeah. I took him up down and she saw Tommy Cole died when he was about to show just a little baby. I brought him on down here and showed her that his Cole's parents were buried and she had this Tommy with. She said, if I have a little boy, I'm not going to name him Tommy. She said, they always die. You're right. Being bad, there's got the big contour yard this morning about what to live. You know who that was?
Old folks live there.
Yeah.
Saw the ambulance go up.
Yeah. Well, we watched the most of the thing.
See, now who was living there?
Well,
That old Roberts boy married a woman, and she had an afflicted daughter.
Married one of Gilbert Wiltshire children. Miss Gilbert Wiltshire lives here at that house. She was
And takes care of that afflicted child.
I didn't know about the afflicted child. I know their mother.
About 18 years old, and old Robertson's been married to her. This is the third time he's married to her.
Yeah.
She's been married 6 times. But I handle the VA papers. Well, Mr. Clowney outlived every one of them, didn't he?
You know what Shakespeare said, don't you?
Huh?
You know what Shakespeare said?
No.
He said variety is the spice of life.
Did he have more than one wife?
Who?
Oh, you mean that, yeah, old Robert.
That gal.
Yeah.
And all them husbands.
Yeah.
Now that just says baby. This is the Clowney life.
Yeah, there's clowners and clowners and clowners. There's a few right in the middle of it.
Well, yeah, let me see now. I think Miss Ewell was, she was Clowney. She was Jim Clowney's sister. And Miss Alexander's sister. That was Jim Clowney. That was Miss Alexander up there.
Which Miss Alexander?
Well, John Alexander's
Grandmother?
grandmother. She was a sister too. But they messed this thing up. You see, when Miss Clowney died in 31, and Gurner died in 29.
She was already there. Why didn't they put him next to her?
They died in 1960.
Oh, I see. So there must be some people in here that they couldn't.
Well, I don't know about that, but they got mixed up with they. I don't know whether they intended to outlaw old man Clowney and old man Alexander or not. But he told those Smith girls that he lived with, they said, don't bury me in that lot. Bury me back there with your folks. So they just said that they put Jim Clowney in my place.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's his wife.
These are sisters.
Yeah, I know, but he wanted to go here.
No, these are not sisters. This is Jim Clowney's wife, and she was the one that was a Spurgeon. Elizabeth Clowney.
Yeah, she was a Spurgeon. That's correct. Somebody was a Spurgeon.
But I don't know why. See all this space you got around now, there's a woman buried right there. I know who she was. She was one of man Fuel's daughters. Well, to propagate a little scandal, I think she was the one that old Captain Herring got mixed up with.
Oh, really?
They brought up here from Jacksonville, but nobody's ever brought up Stone. But in
Robert Herring.
No, W.A. Robert Herring's brother. In 11, looks like they would have left the space on the right of her for Mr. Alexander. I don't know why they did it like they did, but
he didn't like it, though.
No.
So he's not here.
They're the old kinds, old South Carolina Clowneys back yonder.
Oh, they came on over here, too. Look here, 1879. 1870, that'd be the oldest one here. No, it's 79.
Matthew Hannah, born in 1842, died in 64, 22 years. Prudence P., born 1812, and he was born 1807. Lee Jefferson, cousin, that's far down, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about those other graves.
I can't figure it out. I'm going to have to call Edith and see if she might possibly remember. See, there's one right here and one right here that we don't know, but they are in the book. How does Catherine Wagner spell Catherine? Catheryn?
Died September 26, 1864, in the 87th year of her age. 7 from 14 is 7, and 9 from 16 is 7. She was born in 1777, when the Revolutionary War was on.
Still going. Yeah, it hadn't been.
Now, I think Nisman, we've looked at this before, I think Nisman Conklin, there about him, I guess him too.
AJ?
Yeah.
Oh, they're off down at Vaden, aren't they?
That's where they sprang from, I think. A.J. Andrew Jackson?
I think they're at Vaden.
Well, maybe they are.
I've got a Vaden book. I'm going to look again. It's got an inventory of the Vaden Cemetery in it.
Maybe they moved down there when they, you see, he was a heavy stockholder on Mississippi Central Railroad, and it went broke, and it took him with it. And he lost his fortune, and he might have come from that stock with it, but see if they're down there.
You know what happened to this boy right here?
Yeah, you told me about him getting killed up there.
Buckner's Trestle on a train wreck. Said he was severely wounded. He wasn't killed that day. 21 years old. No, I wasn't but 17.
I just don't believe it. Let's take one little walk. Let's go back up the reason. Here from sister and child of hers, and this other Tobe right here.
That's Uncle Tobe.
They could have got him one of those Confederate money.
Sarah Jane Pearson, there she is. L.R. Carr. Robert Hall.
July, that lived 4 days, and this one lived 5 days. And I'd like the city could afford to stick that up or something.
She had them 11 months apart, and they both died.
If they can't do anything like that, they ought to lay these things flat on the grave.
Yeah. Just dig it in and cut over it. Anything anybody wants. You see, now one like that, that's not, none of these are in the book. Right in here, the whole section is not in the book. Yeah, look right here. That may be just
I think I knew old man J.J. Gurner. That must be his first house. He lived out east of Countryville.
Oh, boy, Leroy has looked for Gillums until he knew. He really worked on the Gillums. This is the descendant over Birmingham. What it was, this girl was a West. Oh, no, she was a Hughes. That is right there. And he's off out yonder and she's up here. And the only thing Leora can figure is she was up here, she died up here, and the river was up or something. But not only that, she was young. Look young. She wasn't 25. And they figured, well, he'll marry again, you see. But she's the daughter of the merchant Hughes, I believe. Or daughter of it.
Two grave spaces for somebody in here, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
72, here's one in 71 in this line. Lamisha, S.B. Hughes, daughter of J. and R.H. Hammond, J. and R. Hammond, born 1850.
56 years old.
Becton, wife of Joseph Hammond, that's the mother. Died 1861, age 75. Died in
85.
1885. We found one while ago and said, yeah, Mary Carr, 77, 85. James, son of S.B. Hughes, 46.
22 years old.
Somebody, son of S.B. and L. Hughes, 63. Yeah, here's where the top of one's been carried away. See the bang,
Mm-hmm.
came off, get away with it. But this looks like Hughes' monument from it.
Yeah. Two of them right here. One of them maybe father and son.
Well, now look.
Here's W.J. here. I read about him.
45. In 61, he's 16. He could have been a soldier.
71.
And then he died in 71.
He wasn't 26 years old, was he?
Well, he was 16 when the war started, assuming he went when whether he did or didn't. He had time to get in the war and serve through it. What time we went in to the end.
Seems like I've got a picture of a Hughes that used to work down at McClarty's store. Is he kin to these? But he's the Oakland Hughes.
I think so. I kept fussing about this. This had a brick foundation that was exposed in the wind, the rain, the rain. Some ought to be done out for that fine money sold. and Lee Bell was working up here. He put a farm down there and made up this stuff with this cement with this pea gravel in it. Just made it soupy, thin soupy, and poured it all in there and let it take its place back in those cells. And that thing would stay there. Ain't no telling how.
Man, that's there.
He was the one they called Greasy Hughes. He had a store.
Yeah. Now this is the store man. But up here, I don't know what
his name was Billy, but they called him Greasy.
Greasy Hughes.
He must have been a bachelor. 52 years.
Died way back in 1890. When Fred hires that stone right there associated, it's out of angle with everything.
Well, here we have an enclosure, and I don't know anything about that.
This is a real old cemetery. That's I guess that was just a thicket out down there.
Yeah, that's... I'll have to see. Old man Block was buried down there. That's about the oldest one in that side. Mm-hmm. See, they had this driveway in here and around the four sides of the cemetery. But it was slow getting on that side.
Stay right up here on the hill. They prefer to stay on the hill by the drain. Old Red married again.
Yeah, it's like his mother's mother, didn't it?
Yeah.
You know what got him Red was he was just a fellow burnt up in masonry.
Yeah.
And that woman was active in the what do you call him?
Eastern Star?
Eastern Star, and her husband was Mason, and they just fitted in together. She was always at any function they had.
Yeah.
And she got some property, good property over there too. She ain't no poor somebody.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, Red was pretty well healed himself,
yeah,
I think.
they're all right.
Well, here's a bunch of rampies. They didn't spend much money on stones, did they?
No, but they lasted.
Yeah. Yeah, I have noticed a few small stones, Fred, like that right yonder. They'll outlast these big ones.
Yeah, the big ones get out unbalanced and fall down.
Well, why they set that one at that angle right yonder?
Well, they intended to bury in behind it, put all the inscriptions on there.
Yeah.
But it looked like, I guess that belonged to them. It looked like they'd put it down in here. Midway is the lot and go forward. That evidently belongs to them.
And who in the world owns all of this in here?
Just sitting.
Bring it in. Graves in here?
And what?
Graves in here?
In here? No doubt.
I can't imagine it being this much air without the graves in it. Wouldn't it be fine if you had an instrument that would look down there 6 feet? Tell you where they are.
Well, some of them you wouldn't see anything, some of them you'd see a few bones.
Well, you'd see a metal in the casket.
Some of them metal in the casket they're buried in. They're buried in wooden caskets.
Oh.
Thought they had metal grips on them.
That's Mr. Harry V. Williams, his first wife.
Ruby Smith.
Oh, is that who she was?
Yeah. Old man Smith was butcher. That old man F.W. Taylor, he used to be the man.
Who'd you marry?
Married old man Kerry Hawkins' sister, Fanny Hawkins.
Fanny Hawkins.
He wasn't but 62 years old. Somebody's been rubbing on that, too.
Yeah. Well, there was a Frank Taylor here. Maybe that's Frank Taylor.
Well, that is old man Frank Taylor. And then there's Frank Taylor's son, and his grandson, and I were good friends. He lives in Louisiana.
There was a tailor that came through here one time working for the railroad, and I think he went on to greater things. I can't remember who he was. Was there somebody that was born and raised here that became vice president of a barge line on the B&O Railroad or something?
Well,
I got a letter from him one time. Maybe it was Brown. Still got that letter.
He married a Dodge. And I can't tell you his name now. But he left here and got to be the president of the Mississippi Railroad.
Oh, I know who he was. I'll think of him in a minute. I've seen his picture. He was superintendent of Southern Lines at one time. Married one of the Dodge sisters.
Dodge sisters, yeah.
But somebody else married a Dodge sister here.
Blackston, Irvin Blackston.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And Everett Cotton married the other one. I think this other man's wife was the oldest of the three.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, they offered John Chapman a good job on the Missouri Pacific. I guess this man did. We didn't take it. Somebody was going to let us. Why don't you take it, Mr. Chatham? I'm going to take the track on the IC. But that Missouri Pacific is humping and going. We was over
What
there
are you talking about, boy?
Arkansas, man.
That's a live railroad.
These are Herbies.
L.W. Baldwin.
That's the man.
Yeah.
Now, these are Herbies. Before they bought a lot of them, the part of cemetery. Benjamin Payton. And that's the old man's name, you know. And Joe Hampton. Buford, that's Buford. That's his grandchild, and that's his daughter, married to Herbert Buford. April 14 is 66 years old. I remember that.
Addie Herbie Buford. She might have been a sister to Miss Croon.
No, she was Miss Coon's niece.
Oh. Well, here's Sam Brewer. Colonel Brewer. Joe Feeney. Gus Moore.
They look like they're thrown in there,
That one's not too old. Who is that?
Vera.
Oh,
You got that one? July 4th?
81.
Well, they're all bench up here in the front. So that wooden crossing. And there's an old man buried in here that married his cousin, who was Joe Feeney's mother. And a little tombstone came here, a little bitty block thing, and laid on that thing back there. I guess they hauled that out in the hallway. They just have no exception or consideration.
I had one over there that's not laid straight.
That's Joe Feeney's mother.
That's a good old Irish name, isn't it?
His name was Kniff.
I remember Joe Feeney.
My cousin came down here from New York who was named Feeney. And he got Sarah pregnant. And
Sarah who?
Sarah Bennett, that's Joe's mom. She had Joe.
Oh, I see.
And
He was a cousin?
no, Joe's daddy was his mama's cousin.
Yeah.
But Bob Ward said that she said she got that with him sitting out on cold ground.
I bet she did.
But he took out and went back to New York, and then she married old man Kniff. He lived with him, all of them. But he had a Yankee pension, and he wanted to fix it where she would get that pension when he died, and he married her.
How about that?
He's in here somewhere. Possibly right here in this corner. Old man Bennett and his wife, they went right down the corner. Chances are he's right in here. But I would have put that stone in here if I'd have put it in the corner somewhere.
Yeah, just lay it down. What they need is an overseer up here. Well, now that's what the alderman in charge of this ought to watch it. But he couldn't care less. Who's the alderman in charge of the cemetery? It's in the paper. Did you see where Adelaide McClart is going to have a Catholic meeting in her house?
Yeah.
When is it going to be?
Last night, wasn't it?
Oh,
Monday.
I wanted to be in on it.
Well,
Today is Monday.
It is. It's tonight, 7:30.
Yeah, I'm going to go to that.
Well, pretty good.
I tried to get Miss Stacy to go with it. She said, what?
With who?
Miss Stacy?
Oh, yeah.
She hates the Catholic worse than a snake.
That's bad. admired so much.
Yeah.
But then I said, if you're a Protestant, that's what the Catholic wants to get into. The priest, he wants to get somebody that'll argue with him and him explain the Catholic position and just take you over.
Yeah.
One time, when Carr and I went to, she was sitting out in the park down there in front of the cathedral in New Orleans, and this priest came out there and got up on a box, began to make some remarks. He told me in Frank, because there wasn't nobody else sitting anywhere near us but us. And we never asked him a question, never said a thing. He finally quit.
Oh, there's Miss Minnie. There's the Fredericks.
Oh, God, she'll soon be dead 21 years. That's a good style of stone.
That's a good fence, too.
Has been. Didn't hold a dog or something running through it.
No, they hung a mower in it to it.
That's what they
You know, this Myers girl out in Seattle, who's Fred Myers' daughter, she writes me a lot, not on the Myers side, but on the other side, and they're Fredericks.
It's old Mrs. Myers Frederick. She was French.
French?
I remember the time a letter came which was delivered to Miss Minnie Frederick, bordered in black, and it was a notice from some of these Frederick from France.
And it wasn't these at all.
No, he's
German.
German.
So I wrote her back and got her to fill it in down through her generation, but she didn't write anything much about Myers.
Well, he was Irish. He was just I don't think he's born now. I don't think he's supposed to be an open.
That's West Myers,
See, was it Mrs. J.W.?
W.H., wasn't it?
His name's Wesley. John
Yeah.
Wesley, I heard.
Is Mr. Bob able to talk to you about things and all? Is he lucid?
About who?
Myers.
Oh, I haven't been down there, but Mary says he is. But they're a lot. And had one of them got him off. Some speakers would have against it.
Look at that. That's Greek Orthodox, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, look here by this tree. Look at them stuck in this tree, Fred. Holly Springs. Somebody was born in Holly Springs. It's been glued together.
This is Dr. Hope's lot. That's what Dr. Hope got.
Who is this little fella right here? This is Hope here, too.
These are Hope kids. Yeah. Now there's a Lipsy. Dick Lipsy married one of his daughters.
And Dr. Hope was a medical doctor or a dentist?
Medical doctor, and he lived on Calhoun Street, an old nigger man lives there now, the government overhauled the house.
I think I know where it is, but I don't remember his name either.
Got kind of semi-arches on the front porch, wooden.
Yeah? It's up on high on the bank, right on the corner of that.
Yeah, on the north side.
You know, I've got a picture made in that lot. Charlie Allen and a fella, I think his name is Shorty Cannon.
Yeah, short there across the street.
The picture with some bird dogs taken there.
What did that child die of at 6 years of age?
Oh, it was one of those child diseases like muscular dystrophy or something like that.
Now there's
would
the
they
Dick
come
P.
here and get-
Bonce's first wife right there in that old McLean lot. But all this coping, they're going to finally take it all down.
Why would Leo Reed be in this lot?
Here you go, here you Becton.
No, man. All right, what do we got?
Becton, 2 Becton.
Yeah. 3 Becton.
You got a piece of,
Sorry, just stay there. We can read it.
I know, but I want to put a piece of, yes, you can get a piece on here.
Age 11 days. Son of W.E. and T. Becton. W.E. and T. Becton, son of. Well, listen. Gotta write some things here. Born 1861, died in 73.
You see, there's another case. There are these children down here. Is this a different Becton to that in up under?
Yeah. Can you read what's on top of that? Now that says son of, infant son of. Is that infant son of too? Has it got a date on it? Hasn't even got a date on it. This one is 1873, April the 1st of 73. April the 28th of 73.
Now this that I can see, I don't know what this is. Son of, SD and
Well, that says
daughter. What's that?
son and daughter of.
W.E. and T. Becton. 11 days, and it don't say when they died.
This died 184173.
73.
Here,
Well, now, you don't need a different, kinfolks with different families that I found out. John Becton's family.
yeah, it could be a brother. He had a brother named Bill.
Bill was the one I told that story about. He used to work in the shop. He was my
Well, that was
grandpa.
Jim.
That's right, you're right.
That's son of, but that one's 12 years old. He was born October the, what that say, 1861.
I'm 73. That's not what was too soft. I don't think it's hard. Put on there.
Oh, wait a minute. It says Holly Spring.
Well, that's where the monument's from. How come you're looking for Becton?
Oh, that lady out in Dallas wants to know about him. She's going to write a story. Wish I could read that name up there. I got this something here. R-E-D. B. That's a W.
Wait a minute. Let's see if you hand.
Sometimes you get
What
up.
does this say right up here?
That's what I'm trying to read. That's a B.
Benjamin, is it?
That's NDS.
That's a W. Looks like somebody Edward. Son of, that's a Mr. Or is that Ms. That NRS?
Oh, that's Mrs., isn't it?
Mrs. P. Is that T? That's P like P. Becton. 973.
FBN.
That's a W.
W. That can make sense.
Take your shoe off. Rub this right up here to bring it out. You get it now?
Yeah.
B, W.
That's an H. Hinds.
Hind. Well, that's another Miss Becton, is Miss P. Becton.
Yeah.
Can you get the name over there, what his name was? Or the initial?
Looks like B, W, Hinds.
B.W. Hind.
October 21st, 1861. Yeah, that's a P. Oh, that may be an F. There was a Fred Becton. Maybe an F.
That is it. Wait a minute. You see better than I can down there.
You gotta get the angle on them sometimes.
Could be F, but it looked like a P to me.
I'll bring my scratch up here and scratch on it for they lock in the thing. We just said it was Bill and Dan and Fred and Jim and John.
That's that Simpson boy. This P. Simpson, that's Junior.
Yeah, that's the boy. Gene Simpson. Yeah.
What old Grandpa Simpson said out there at the Chester store. Louis and Dina got married one night. It hadn't been announced before, and they all at the store next morning. 6, 8 of them around there. Old man Simpson came up and was all telling them, well, Louis got married last night. Yeah, Louis got married. They said, well, he sure got a fine girl. He said, yeah, he sure did. But said, didn't Dina play hell? She got Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't bad by a whole lot.
This McLean right here now. Is Frank McLean still living?
I think so.
At Paducah.
He's over 80 years old. But he's old now.
Gotta go see him. He was a foreman when I got up there. Turner.
Yeah.
75 to 77.
Some friend's child they let down.
There's Sadie Malden and Terry Woods' child. And I went to school with, well, there's another one. I went to school with one up at Ole Miss. Yeah. Yeah, and they spent every bit of money they had trying to prove that it wasn't his fault. They even went to court with it. He and Jay Boone and Red Myers and Jack Kirby all died the same year.
Well, did he share their opinions?
I think that he was in on that thinking.
Oh, Dick Reynolds was in on that too.
Yeah, he was. That's right. But Mrs. Greer, Miss Haddell, somebody told me one time that you see what it got us is the Lord took them all in 1927.
Red Myers, he talked a whole lot, but I see him stand on the street talking all the time.
Irishman?
Yeah. He started out to be a priest.
That's what I've heard.
And went so far and lost his faith. But the only thing I ever heard him say about religion, I believe, standing at Bernie's one, he and Bernie were friends. What did he say? It was about the whole religion, it wasn't about any kind of religion. I don't know what it's to affect just so much for so many words.
And they never married, did he?
No. He might have been up around 80 years right out of Kentucky Seminary.
He's coming to the Fireman's Lodge, and he and Casey Jones and Kirby were good buddies. They ran together because they would always sign in at the meeting together. Then later on, Jack Kirby and Myers are big in the engineers, the BLE organization. Yeah. So he was pretty well disenchanted with it.
All of it. I never knew him. Of course, as I say, I never listened to him talk. Nobody talked. That much.
Yeah. Well,
Bruce, I want to get you to take me by the shoe shop and then we get in the shoes on.
all right.
And then when you come down the street, I want to stop at the liquor store and get me a bottle of wine. They're going to do away at that liquor store. A few days Jack's not going to renew his
Oh, really?
life at that location. He said he's out the edge of town somewhere to do more business.
I don't ever see anybody there anymore.
But he's got I always try this wild Irish wine.
Yeah.
And he showed me a bottle that they call Light. It's just light on an alcoholic content, but it's a good wine.
Well, when you drink a wine, do you cool it, refrigerate it, or ice it, or what?
I wouldn't start on to chill. Don't ever put ice in wine. But chill the wine. Can't do anything else. Wet the glass and sit the glass in the refrigerator and let it get frosted. But I just keep it up in the cabinet and I go there and never take but a swallow at a time. There's the old man B.P. Hervey and all his wife and all his $5 a bed. $4, I believe it is.
$4.
Yeah, with Miss Willie Beck and Miss...
Didn't marry, huh? None of them married.
No, two of them died. They were young girls getting ready to get married and they died of some kind of fever that came on. And everybody thought it was providential that they died because they were going to marry two of the sorriest boys in town. One of them was, I think, Rufus Pickens, and the other was some other kid.
They were good prospects, huh?
Yeah, these girls died of, I say, some kind of fever. They died within a week of one another. Irene and somebody else. And then Miss Willie Beck and Miss Manny, the ones that lived Peoria.
Yeah.
First time I ever sang at a funeral was out there with Casey Jones, and Dudley Wagner, fool, and Betty Hervey's funeral in warm weather. Standing there in the back of the front porch. The front porch was about 2.5 feet high. Standing there with George Wagner. George said, friend wants you. I looked around, she looked out, and the door said, come on. I went, what did you want? They handed me a book. Somebody keyed it and started off right there. I didn't have a chance. They couldn't.
They didn't ask you whether you wanted to or not.
No, Miss Badley was out there with a bunch of Presbyterian women.
Whose funeral was it, Miss Hervey?
Old Lane Betty Hervey.
Oh, yeah.
Man, V.P. Hervey. You can park in on the bank parking lot and you can turn around and come back down the street easy.
Do they do repair work in the shoe shop? I didn't know they did.
Yeah. That boy's learning right along. He's taking instructions from somebody, Willie Avance.
Yeah.
He's a good kid. And his wife, Alice, is a nice girl. And that little old baby just sweet as she can be.
Yeah, you know, I always admired that boy. He kept that baby with him when he worked sometimes. Around there at the lumber yard. He doesn't work. He hadn't worked there recently, but there was a time when he worked at the lumber yard.
Just go around to the right and go around the building.
Yeah, I don't want to try to come out this way. Can't ever get out. I'll go in like this.
Well, you go in backwards, but that's all right. Maybe you can't. I come out here, though.
We make it fit. Let's get right over here.
Everybody in here. Stop there where you want to. Stop's going to put up that.
Anybody said anything, I'll just tell them that you said it's all right.
You were calling the president emeritus.
Yeah.
I'll run around that shoe shop and get my shoe.
Okay.
Good shoe, but I got a little toe that stays sore. And I got to have some room for that toe.
Yeah. Get you some tennis shoes.